Sanbonani Dumelang. My name is Ntabiseng Hope Mabuya, and I'm a young professional at the Auditor General of South Africa. And today I'm pleased to share my journey with you and provide a glimpse of my story behind the numbers. I'm a girl who grew up in Boksburg, East Rand, and my journey started at the age of 16 when my life was turned upside down. I was diagnosed with a condition called focal dystonia, and I also was diagnosed with a severe chronic asthma disease in the same year. And because of these illnesses, I was often absent from school for long periods of time due to spending most of my days at the hospital. And as a result of this, I was bullied and ridiculed for my conditions. And at a young age, I was exposed to severe depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and severe weight loss due to not having an appetite. However, I was blessed enough to be given the gift of knowledge. And at a young age, I've always loved helping my peers and demonstrated this by tutoring my fellow matric peers as well as my peers in varsity. And although it was never easy, I knew that the challenges I'm facing would help the next person succeed as well as conquer their own journey. And since then, I lived by my saying that says, your success can be great, but it's of a greater magnitude when we empower people along the way. Unfortunately, while studying my third year of undergrad, I was one of the people who lost a parent during the COVID-19 pandemic. And in that period, it was a difficult time for me because I was juggling between grief, academics, as well as focusing on qualifying to get acceptance into the CTA program. And as a person who's gone through severe depression and had suicidal thoughts, I knew I had to spread awareness where I can. I did so by hosting a mental health awareness session with the Tutuga students at UJ. And in this session, we covered how to manage stress, how to handle grief as a student, dealing with your childhood trauma, how to recognize symptoms of depression, as well as overcoming suicidal thoughts. And in that session, we packed how to actually overcome the thoughts when you're alone and think you have no support around you. I tried to raise awareness to let the students know that it's okay to not be okay. I, for one, struggle with having a budget as a student because I wasn't really financially literate at that time. So I was just spending my money on anything and everything. So I decided to host a financial literacy class for the Tutuga students at UJ that teaches them how to better manage their finances, how to have an effective budget and stick to it, how to save, as well as set financial boundaries. Having lost my dad at such a young age, I knew how it felt like to lose a piece of you as a child. So I resonated so much with all the children without parents or those who have lost a parent, which is why I decided to host a fun day at the Village Safe Haven Children's Home. And I wanted the kids to feel loved, I wanted them to feel cared for, and I wanted them to feel special. My love for Tutuga goes above and beyond, and I had the privilege to attend one of the SAICA development camps this year as a guest speaker to provide a motivational talk as well as share some study tips on how to excel academically while being in matric. I shared some tips on how not to allow one's circumstances to become their identity despite whatever trials they may go through, because in high school I was told that I'm just a disabled person, and that didn't break me. I knew that the sky is never the limit, so I wanted the class of 2024 to know that too. This was dear to my heart, as I once was in matric in the very same shoes of these matriculants, and I attended the SAICA camp in 2017 myself. I am a true testament of the saying that says it takes a village to raise a child. I knew that I had to go back to my roots and give back to my community. And I realized that information regarding career choices is something not readily available or easily accessible in some communities. So on an annual basis, I visit my adopted school in Vosloorus, where I provide career choice guidance to grade 9s, 11s, and 12 learners. And this year, the parents and guardians of grade 9s were involved in this process, which is so amazing. As an African child, English was never my first language, and I knew that I had to put in extra work to ensure that I'm able to construct a grammatically correct sentence on my very own. And therefore, I decided to host a winter school for children from the areas of Vosloorus, Tembisa, Springs, and Ebony. And this winter school focused more on accounting, mathematics, as well as language. And some schools in these areas only provide extra classes for your core subjects and never really focus on language. And sometimes what differentiates an A student and an average student is that language barrier. And I knew that I had to bridge the gap to assist matriculants to be able to write in a professional manner. I knew that this would not only equip them in their matric final exams, but also assist them when they go to university, as well as when they enter the corporate space. In 2023, I took a bold step and I wrote my final SAICA board exam. And throughout the year, I failed multiple times on my board course because I couldn't just grasp the certain concepts, and that depressed me. And I thought that I am just not good enough or equipped for this. I tried to research some weak areas on YouTube and I didn't really get the desired outcome to equip me to improve my results. So therefore, I started creating templates. And therefore, when I was successful in my attempt, I knew that I had to bridge the gap and help candidates who experience the same challenges as me. So I decided to start a YouTube channel solely dedicated to APC candidates. I started the channel in May to ensure that I ran the APC series concurrently with the schedule of the various board courses. I created content in the form of videos based on what the viewers request from me in the comment section on YouTube or via the email I had created. I avail myself after hours to have one-on-one consultations with various APC candidates across South Africa. And right now, the YouTube channel has grown to have an audience of above 1,000 subscribers, as well as have an audience from various candidates from public sector, Big Four audit firms. I also received requests as well as consulted with candidates from other African countries, including Namibia as well as Zimbabwe. I love knowing that I have helped a fellow brother and sister along the way, because it will end in CASA. And that is how I've created an impact on the CA industry, and that was my story behind the numbers.